file. Set up. Copy. Modify. And what's going on? So I'll put all that in there. Open now. What have I done? Copy, start all. Maybe that's. Oh, hello. If you're on live, for some reason, I've not gone live on my Netties. Streaming set up, copied. Oh, that's why, because my go live was right down the bottom. So anyone that's on YouTube, I had the screen up a little bit high for my Facebook page, which I'm trying to phase out of, to be honest, because I would like people to come onto Netties. Onto YouTube on Classy Creative Cards with Nettie, and that would just make it a lot easier for me. So I can see I'm live. I see my arm following across the thing. And what am I looking for? Oh, my hair tie's there. Oh, I cleaned my screen, my glass mat, and I can smell the. It smells like petrol. Oh my goodness. All right. So I hope you're doing well. I just had a piece of paper there and I pulled it off. I don't know what to do with it. There it is. So, 2 seconds. You know, I'm Annette Falconer, independent demonstrator on Facebook. My shop is AnnetteFalconerStampingUp.net. My group is Netties on Facebook, which is the one I chat with people. And if you join Stamping Up, you get together and do all that. So the join up is 235 worth of product for 60, or 344 worth of product for 169. Now the reality is, one set of these dies is the dies and stamps are like, I think these were 87. Don't quote me. So you've just got to, if you join, you do not have to do lives. You do not have to do anything you don't want. You can just join up, get your product for $60 or $169. Get yourself a little machine because your postage is free. That's the small one, so it's less. It's worth less than the 260, which will take up most of that. So you get, if you put further orders in, you get 20 to 25% discount. But remember, it basically means that you have to, every 3 months, spend $300 or $400. So this signing up is really only about getting this really good discount and getting yourself stamps and dies, but getting the things you need, like these glass blocks that are really thick and ergonomic, and they're very, really good. Whereas the old ones I started with just little flat ones, and you always get your finger and it's hard to stamp. And my girls at classes will say they don't rock with these, so it's a bit easier. So there's lots of product, but you go to my site, my to Annette Falconer, where am I? Here, AnnetteFalconer.stampingup.net, and go and put sign in, and you put demonstrator Annette Falconer, not just Netties, because they don't know me as Nettie, and you can do that. But you can text me on my Netties Facebook group to have a chat. So I'm not pushing it. I'm just saying, hi Alita, how did you get your card? Danka, I'm so glad for you. Thank you for saying that. Oh, beautiful lady. So I brought this one, which is a pre-order. So it's coming out next month. We get it in advance so that we can show you what we're doing. I'm just doing this at the same time because my thing's not coming up as on. here I am now. So we get a pre-order, so we're having a little look at this. Now this is little stamps, so this is how the packaging is going to be now. I'll just quickly show you something about it. So instead of getting our, where's our boxes, which will make selling them easier because you won't have to put them in a lot. Instead of getting these boxes that are that big, so to post these, because I'm doing a lot of sales of my old stock, it's costing like $11.50 for signed post, but it's not as much, although these are long, so I don't know. But just in a sachet, they wouldn't be as easy to get damaged. They're just really close. And the good thing is, so they come like this. Now I watched a lady do this. I'm going to try and do it properly. I'm just going to get a very light grey. I'll just get, what's this? A smoky grey. And I'll show you what she did. So, first of all, she got her tear and tape. And on the hard side, where the plastic's hard, and we normally use that as a window sheet, so you put your tape down either side, the middle. Wait till you see this. What a good idea. Okay, and I'll just put a couple of extra for good luck. And I hope I've got it right, because otherwise I'll stuff it up. Nobody will be happy with that, will they? Okay, so you take all this off. Where's my bin? Over there. I hope you've all had a good week. I've been, isn't it funny? My lads, as you know, are nearly 17, and they listen to all this different music now, but they listen to the old stuff. And my husband and I first danced to Blame It on the Boogie. Now, we don't watch Mr. Michael Jackson because he was a naughty boy, but it came on the other day and they started singing it. And they go, Mum. So, you see, I've stuck that to the back, okay? I've stuck it to the back. Now I'm going to take the little clear piece off, right? And I'm going to get my grey. It's just a light one, just to give me a cover. I'm just using Smoky Slate. Oh, that's convenient because I'm using that cardstock tonight to make my card. So, okay, so I'm just going to stamp all over these. Alright, so now, hopefully it works. That would not be good, would it? Okay. So, then I'm going to lay that down, and I'm just going to roll over it. Okay, and hopefully, let's see what's happened. And now I have a picture of how all of my stamps come out. How good is that? Right? Oh, my mat's a bit wet here. I'm just going to clean that off. Only because I've done it on there. Alright. Now they're all clean, I think so. Might just because I'm doing it on there. I don't want to tip it over the side on there. I'm just going to clean them just this to make sure the rest of them are off. Okay. So they all stay on there. They're there ready to go. I'm not going to lose them. I have a picture of every stamp that I'm going to use. It's not wet yet. I'm going to keep it open for a minute. And then with my little, this is the little easy plasticky one. I'm just going to put that on there. And then you can just close it up and put it away. And at least I know the picture's there, but here it is here, and I can see which one to grab instead of looking to see what they're going to look like. Isn't that a nifty idea? You like that? That's cool. Okay, so let's start. Let me show you the card. I'm just going to put that up out of the road, let that dry off properly. Now, with this card, it's called Funfold with the pop-up petals, and it opens like this, okay, and then it folds down like that. I pulled out, I wrote on my note here when I'm making it, I wrote I was using the Country Woods, and by accident I pulled out the other country one that's actually retired. So for this card I will be using the Country Woods DSP. Okay. I'll put my instructions there, but I've left mine up on the thing. So remember, my instructions are at the front. Oh, thanks, Alita. Isn't it lovely? Can you see the little bit of sparkle on it? It's very simple, this card set. Very simple. Just a lot of just little flowers, but making the vase. It did remind me, and that's why I picked up the paper, it reminded me of Country Woods because I love their little vases. I thought they were really pretty, and I thought, what am I going to do with this? So, there was a bit of colouring going on, just a little bit of stamping, and I use the Deckled Retangles, but they are discontinued. So I was going to use the branching out ones, but because they've got that angle on them, then I don't think they would work for cutting out. So that went out my window. So you remember this card I did last month, so don't forget to go and have a look at that. It was called Branching Out, and it was a Christmas. Isn't that beautiful? Do you know, my class want to make it, and I said, do you know how long that's going to take me to cut out? Because we have one of that die, one of that die, one of that die, one of that die, and one of that. So there's 8 of those on each card. So, but I've done it. Took me a few hours. So record, got those and those. I've got an envelope that I've just done a bit of stamping on. Not a lot. It is a simple, I'm sure that someone that's going to be really clever is going to come on and do a lot more than I have, but this is my go at it, okay? Oh, goodness gracious. I've got lots of things because I want to show you something that arrived the other day as well. Alright, now, let's get going. And I finally used my little dots on this one. Am I not clever or what? Oh boy. Okay, so we've got that, the Wink of Stella, everything. So let's put that to the side. So you've had a look. So flat, it's down like that. It's quite heavy and big, to be honest. And it's like that. So it's got a bit of paper there, and then grateful for your friendship. And instead of bling, we've got butterflies. So I'm going to pop that out of the road over there, and the envelope into there. And we're going to get all our supplies out. So we have got a Misty Moonlight 5.5 by 8 1/4, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so you can use your scorer, or you can do what I do, put it up at the end of your scorer, meet it in the middle, look at both of them, thumb it in the middle and bring it out, and then just use your bone folder. Haven't got a bone folder, use the back of your spoon. Do whatever you like, it's your choice. So, alright, there we go. And next we have a piece of grey granite, and that, we have to bring that back now. Here I was putting it away. Grey granite, that is 5 by 7. Now it's really bad that you think I'm doing because on one of the things I saw it was 7 7/8, but it didn't work, it didn't fit in. So it's 7 and 13/16. Now I've written there's 1 mark off 7 and 7/8. So 7/8 is 2 off the end, and we're going to go back 1. So that's 7/8, 2 points off 8, but we're taking it back 1, okay? And that's where we are. And so we're going to score that now at 2, 4 and 6. Not 6, 6. You know my New Zealand accent gets me into trouble. 2, 4 and 6. Where is it? Right there. Okay. And we're going, I'm just going to remember there, 1. So what's that? Mountain, mountain, and then the valley. Okay? So that's what you got. Your mechanism is going to look like that. Mountain, 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 and valley. Okay? How easy is that? So that's our next piece. Right. Then we've got a nice envelope. Nice clean white one. Now, this is the proper one. So I want you to know, tell me what you think. Are we going to use... So that was the one I originally had out for it, which was wrong because it's just discontinued one. But this was Country something else, and this is Country Woods. So that one we're not using, which I did use. So which would you like to do, 1 or 2? I don't really want the dark. You've got to think what it's going to look like. So that might be like for the wood, or it might be grey in the back for the wood. Anyone got an idea what they'd like? And let's have a look. So, and then we've got 2 pieces. I have to make this card again now. I've got 2 more pieces of this, which are our inside pieces. So, as I said, the instructions are there. So that's 3 7/8 by 5 1/4, and the next piece is 4 3/4 by 1 7/8. Alright, so here's our card. I think for a bit of brightness, I'm going to try that one. What do you reckon? Because no one's given me a... Yes, number 1. Ah, was one that one, Alita? I'm sure I said 1 or 1. I can't remember. Is that 1 or 2? 1. Yes, yes. That one. Alright. God, I hope I've got it right. Alright. Alita, you don't live far from Appledorn. I looked it up. And now we've got a Night of Navy. Navy 2.5 by 2.5 by 3 3/4, if I'm right. 3 7/8. Oh, come on, my nails. I fixed my nails up so they were shorter. Let's get those out. Now I've done a wee bit of stamping so we don't take too long for you. Oops. Oh my. Excuse my back. My scorer jumped out. Oh dear, dear, dear. Right. Back to there. So with this, we're going to put this one back, this one straight on top of the front, and we've got to make sure that we glue it around here really well, because that's going to stay on the card, whereas the middle is going to go off. So make sure you do that. You can do this because we can, okay, that's going to be cut through. Go. Isn't that pretty? Now this piece we're just putting in the middle of here. So on panel 1, 2 and 3. So on 3 we're putting this one. I didn't know whether it was a little bit dull. Oh, thanks Alita. I had them done for my birthday. So you're very near water, Alita, aren't you? Okay, so we're going to put that on there so that's out of the road. Next, we're going to cut this out. So, where's my die? Deckled Retangles. Now, I've got my little boss out, but I'm not going to be able to use it because the card's too big to go through. I thought that the die was small and it would go through okay, but the reality is it won't go through. So this die is nearly 2 3/4 by 4. I nearly put that in my chin. I think it's 1 PM for you over there, Alita. Alright, so that's going to go in there. I'm going to have to get my bigger machine out. Where's my, put that back in the middle of the road, because I've got my little one out. Oh, if you give me 2 seconds, I think I'll just run it through my other one. Give me 1 second, I'm just going to run away. Have a sippy of coffee. I'm still here, I'm just listening to my machine. I've got an electric one over here, it's so good. I think it's just a bit easier at the moment. So we take that out. Now we don't actually use that. So just keep it because it'll be nice to put on a card where you've got something else around it. You could put it on. I did this yesterday. One of my friends, Jill Lancet, who's a demonstrator, she did a card like this but not the same, so that's all stamping, so you could just reuse that and put it on, put your trees or put your Christmas greeting. Isn't that a good idea? So this is just a layer of, I've hand stamped it around here in the green. I've cut those out, these are old, so that's another idea. Don't throw your things away, keep them and do them. Don't be fooled. You don't need to waste a lot of money. Ah, thank you. Danke schön. Okay, now I didn't bone fold that down, did I? So I will. Okay. Now, this here is going to go in. Alright. So that is going to go into here. And then you'll see it folds down. And that's why the original card I saw, it wasn't folded as close as I wanted it. So I just did it myself. Okay. So see, we're on a little bit of I've seen like 3 or 4 of these. I had another picture that I was going to make. So that's what you're going to do. So what we're going to do here is just get our glue. Hold on, first I think we put this one down. Okay, so you've got that folded. Remember, you got your pattern paste. Fold that down. And we're going to put it so it's got a little bit of blue showing of the, and that you can still shut it. Okay, so that's down. Now we're going to glue this. Now remember, we've got a boundary here. So we're not going to go up high, and we're only going to go as far as this line. with that fold. So we're just going to do just in there. We don't want it squeezing out any lower than there. Alright. And down here. Only to there. And to the halfway mark is there. And we can see that line there. See that line there? We don't want to have glue under that. So just a little bit across there. And a little bit across there. Alright, and then just one line down here. Okay. Right, whoop. Now we're going to fold that over. And we're going to just hold that down for a second. I'm very good at holding. Oh. We're getting there, we're just holding. Don't forget to hold. Okay, so now we have that. Oh, we've already made our little cross. No glue, no glue. Look, no glue. I did it right. The other time I had a little bit squirting out. Now, I have just stamped here because we're going to, I'll get the next piece. So with this one, it is going to go in here, but we're going to build it up first before we do that. So what I will do is I'm just going to stamp on here. And I did that in the gorgeous Grape. Okay. I'm just going to grab out some of my stamps and show you what we're going to do. Right, now we've already got our stamps over here somewhere. Here they are. Oh my goodness, my desk is getting very busy. Move that there, move my stamps, put those away. Right, we'll leave that for a second because that's for when we build up. I'm going to pop my card over there. Oh my goodness, so much moving around. Alright, so as you remember, we've got our stamps and we're going to use the pot. So I'll take that off and just leave it over there for a minute and grab up all my stamps. Okay, now I have done some of the flowers already, but I need to do a little bit more, so I just didn't want to be trying to cut them all out way too much. So I've got some scraps of paper. Now the leaves I have cut out a lot, but I haven't cut one of everything, and you can see I have stamped these without the flower. It doesn't matter, I'm not using the flower, I'm only using the leaves. So I'll stamp one more. So we're going to do one of the flower in the gorgeous Grape. Okay. Now even if you put them on the same card, you've got lots of scraps now. Use up all your scraps. So I've got, oh, that one won't work. Let me just move that out of the road for a sec. I keep every bit of scrap. So there's a piece that big. And again, you definitely are going to have to get a mat. Alita, I brought the Calming Day stamp set to send to my husband's aunt in Holland, in Apeldoorn. I'm hoping she'll like it. I wanted to get it in Holland, but I was having a hard time finding a demonstrator that could do it for me, because I would like to have had it in Dutch for her. But look, English is fine. People know what Merry Christmas is or whatever, so she'll be fine. Okay, so we got one of those. Well, technically we've got, how many of them? We've got 2 on this card. And then we've got where's our, so this is, I'm going to put Gorgeous Grape away because I'm only going to do one each, so I'm not wasting so much time cutting. So we've got Pecan Pie is for our, I don't think it's going to fit on there. So where's that other piece of white that I had? Oh my goodness, there it is. So I'm going to do the pot there, and I've got stamp pads. This is a problem when you do a lot of ink, it's a lot of stamping. So we go, so you could, technically you could put it straight on there and then hopefully it picks it up on the other side, but I'm not going to bother. Alright, so now we've got, I think that's what she did, was put it there and then it sticks to the other side when you're ready. We'll have to try it, okay? Okay, so now I didn't use those leaves. Didn't really like them. Now we have got little tiny, oh, get my fingers under there. Oh no, that's a little flower, I think. Where's that? That's that. Where's our butterfly? Well, there's our little yellow. Where's our butterfly? Oh my goodness, I haven't lost it already, have I? Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. So I did need 1, 2, 3, 4 of the yellow, so I do already have 3 cut out. And that's out of crushed curry. Alright, there, and there's the little butterfly. That's out of, here it is, no, that's Pecan Pie. I told you I was messy today. Here it is, Gorgeous Grape. I do have others stamped out and cut, so that's why I'm not doing them all. So you will be doing 3 butterflies. Oh, actually, I need to keep that on because we're going to put it on the card. So inside I've put butterflies. So while I've got Gorgeous Grape, let's do that. I look like I'm jumping. Apple Dawn, yes. Okay, so I have done 1 stamp on the front here. Now it's a little bit hard, I've just lifted it up and gone in there. And then I have done 1 down here and 1 over there. Oh, oh, just as well that didn't wreck it. So it's easy to do it. You could do it when it's flat if you're organised enough. But I've had a busy week. I've been trying to do a lot with the kids. Now in Fresh Freesia we have the flowers, and I've actually done 3 of them, but for your sake I'm only doing 1, so I don't have to cut a lot out. I don't have to be cutting a lot, die cutting a lot while I'm talking. I don't like to waste your time. Alright, and last but not least, we've got some garden green. Where's that? Okay. Now, so when I put that over, that should all pick it back up easily and put it back where it belongs. Now, my saying I used was this, and I did do that in Gorgeous Grape as well. Grateful to have you grateful for your friendship. Isn't that lovely? I'm very lucky. I've got some nice friends. Today I had one of my good friends, her daughter turned 16, so I brought her a little handbag. I think 16's an important age, isn't it? They're just getting their learners over in Australia, and here I've put that right in the middle there. Still enough to work on. I didn't want to do it with stark white, you know. I could have done it beige maybe for the card, but I don't know, I liked it. Great for you, friend. Alright, I'm just gonna, I think that's all. One of those, one of those, one of those. Oh, our green leaves. Where's our big green leaf? There it is. So I don't want the head of the flower on this one. I just want the leaves. So I've done my flower right up to the end. Okay, and so I'm sort of holding my over the side because I just want, whoops, I just want the leaves. See that? And you can just cut those off. It won't matter. Okay, so that cuts me out for that. Put that over here. Oh, that must have had that a little bit sticky. Isn't it awful how your stamps go pink? I just was selling some of my stamps, and a lady said to me, I'm just going to put these over so that we can see how they go up. Do you put your stamps on? And I was like, what do you mean? Of course you put the rubber backs on the other side, but she obviously thought she didn't. Alright, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, I'm not very good, am I? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see if it works. Remember, that's the one that's glued down. Let's pop it over. Put it up. No, they didn't pick them up. Well, that's not very good. I'm a liar. No, I'm not. They should have all stuck down, shouldn't they? Well, then maybe they're going to. I'll leave it till later. Okay, just stamp them. Wow. Alright. So, let's get the little baby out. And we need that. That. Now you will need a little bit of tape with these because I'm very annoyed that didn't do. I saw her do it. Maybe I didn't. Oh, some have come off. Maybe it's just gonna take me a while to. Maybe they're just too sticky. I'll fix that later. Maybe I was meant to put the clear plastic down first. Alright, so let's put this on. And this. And that might not all work at once. Let's put that on. Okay, up to there, up to there. I don't know if I'll get that one on. Okay. We've got the dies. Oh my goodness, where have I got any room? Sometimes when you do little stamps, you use a lot more, a lot more things, don't you? So we've got that. We've got that. I like doing it on my other one, my big machine over the side there, because I've got cheaty, I've got a magnetic board I put on it. So this one, there's a little peaky sticking out there, so it's actually quite easy. I don't know if you ever had the daisies, but that was so hard to find anything. I found that one extremely frustrating. Because you sat there trying to turn it and turn it to make it fit in. Oh, I've got big fingers. Right, and the little pink one. On the magnetic board, they don't move. Right, now, hold your breath, girls and boys. I'm going to hold that down. I keep wanting to hold it down because I do not want it to jump. Oh, well, hopefully that worked. Look. So one. So there's a flower, keep my dies. Oh, my pot's got a little skew with, but I can fix that. Flower. Okay, and I just want to go back through this leaf. Well, there's our butterfly. And grab one of those leaves. Okay, so we only want the base of them, so it doesn't need to have to be right up there. So weather getting cold over there where you are, ladies? I know we're getting a bit of warm now, finally. Alright, and see, I've only popped out half of it because I want that. So let's put this away. And get those dies before I lose them. I'm not sure that I might have to do my pot again. Now, I've got my heating on and I'm feeling a little bit hot, so I'm just going to turn that down. Excuse me. And wherever. So I've already previously cut out all the extra doubles that I wanted. And what I was showing is you can just do onto scraps because we just want the leaves. So with the pot, I'll get my scissors and fix that up. Alright. So with the pot, I'm going to put some dimensionals on. I'm going to use the big ones. And as I said, I did bring the little ones. So what I tend to do is I'm just going to put that on. I'm putting the third one because I know it seems a bit of a lot, but I am actually putting twine around it. It's called linen thread actually. Stop. Okay, where are we? Did I use green? I did. So you could use the brown if you wanted to, or the green, but I just did that. So I'm going to have a bit, because I'm going to put it around about 3 times. And that's why I've got more of the bobbles over it. So if I throw it in half, I'm going to in through the middle. Okay. And across and back over it again, and the same with, oh, look at that, it just comes up and around. And that one, oh, a saying came up, I'm here to enjoy life and not worry about it. Isn't that nice? Someone's on my side. Alright, now I have done, I'm putting mine back here just to have a look. So I've done it around there. Okay, so about 3/4 of the way down. I didn't cut that pot really nicely there. Okay, so I'm putting my pot about there. And now I'm going to tie, can you see? Sorry. It's a bit hard when you got your nails done to do the, to tie it properly. Alright, now I'm going to try and thread it under here so I can tie that tight. Okay. So I'm just going to give that a couple of knots. Oh, I hope that's not scratching. One beautiful lady, she was watching and said, my bracelet a girlfriend gave me was making a lot of scratching noises. I'm just thinking maybe my nails do too. So if you don't think my sound is very good, please tell me. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to get another piece. Have you guys been making any cards lately? I hope so. I just had to have a bit of a change from Christmas. I do absolutely love Christmas, and I need to get in the post by November or end of October, because, well, November's when we can get our cheaper postage for cards for Christmas, and because I have to get them to Holland and Scotland and everywhere I send them, New Zealand. Oh, I need a drink. Okay, so now's the build up. So I've got little ones, I've got big ones, I've got my pot. Pot doesn't look too healthy there. And we're going to start. So what I've done is I've started with my two big purple ones. And I have taken one of this and put it behind just to give it a little bit more height and make it stronger. I don't know if that makes much sense. So I just felt it lifted it up, because I'm going to put a dimensional on the top. So what I did at first was I put them in, and then I've cut those down a bit, you can see. You're not going to see all those leaves anyway. And then I took a photo, and from the photo, cut those off, and that, and that. So much for putting all that backing. And then I put the photo, I still want a bit more off that. And that's coming up from there. Alright, so it doesn't matter if it's not. When you take your photo, what you can do is then tip it off and then lay it back down according to your photo. Because it is hard to remember where you placed them all when you first did them. So there's that. And I've got that high because I'm going to put some little flower behind it. There. And then I've got one of these, which probably don't again need to have as much. So you really, even though you stamp them out, you're going to be taking them apart. But now, as you can see, because I've got the stamp under there, I'm going to take that off. See? Okay. Now, even though there's a bit of glue there, that's good, because we are putting a lot, and I'm going to have to use my old sticky fingers. Okay. Next, down the bottom, we've got a a pinky over the side. And here. There. We've got another yellow one down there. Or crushed curry. Alright, so now here's where our leaves come. So I'm going to cut all these leaves off here. And that's why I said you don't need the flower. Oops, I just dropped my glue on the ground. Okay, so we've got quite a few leaves there. And we do have, I have to get my pick tool out. What have we got up to next? Can you see what I'm trying to do there? Follow that. Now that was my photo original. So, purple, there's a yellow. Now, the leaves are a bit coloured in, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. Okay, that is going to come as a later effect with my wink of... Ooh, that is way too much glue. Alright, so it is a sticky a sticky thing, isn't it? Just keep your wet one beside you. Now, I've got another yellow, and I've got some more leaves, and I've got another pink one down in the middle, and a pink one up here. So we'll pop that one in because it's easy to see. Oh, so that's where our butterfly, let's just get that off for a minute, and our butterfly is going to sit. Well, I think our butterfly went on a little dot, to be honest. Okay, they are tiny little dots. I'll put him on I don't want him too much in the, I don't want him stopping our thing from coming out. Alright, where are we up to? Another leaf. It's a bit hard with the fingers, isn't it? Okay. That's another leaf. That's nice, isn't it? I hope you're getting this alright. It's not too fussy. So our pink. Now, pop that in there behind there. Now, what else are we up to? A bit more crushed curry. And see how that is easily fitting in because I've lifted that one. Now, what else have we got? We've got one more crushed curry. Where are you? It's down here. And we've got some more leaves to put on, guys. 1, 2, 3. We're missing one of those. I knew there was one of those somewhere. And I'm going to cut this down because we've got to slip it in under one we've already done. Okay. There you go. Isn't it looking gorgeous? Alright, now it's just a case of giving yourself some more leaves before they all fall out of the pot. I felt like I should have put a flower on the ground that it's fallen. Okay, another leaf over here. Oh, my glue is coming out way too big. Let's grab a bit back. Well, up over here. Seems crowded, doesn't it? But that's how it is. Now, I would like to put these little ones in around there. And then we're about done. We just add our wink. And that should show you. It is a little fiddly at this stage. Oh, and again, look at all that glue. Now, I have showed the girls to do this by putting your glue on your mat and just running it through. But as I've got so much on here, I'm not doing that. Right. Oh. Whew, my fingers. I'm just going to excuse me for one sec while I clean my fingers. Now we're nearly finished, guys, so hopefully I haven't mucked you about too much. Let's get that out of my road. I really am struggling with glue on my fingers, for crying out loud. It is too much. Okay, so now I'm going to put one of my butterflies up in the corner over here. And the other butterfly down here. Right, and the last bit to go is we're going to put this in. So when we glue this time, remember we worked on that side to hold that in? Now we're just going to glue inside here on this side, okay? And that's all we need. So lay it down flat, push your hands down on either side, and excuse my bending my head down on everybody. I'm going to just make sure that that lifts up. Yep. I think my butterfly is going to have to move a little bit. There you go. Okay, we're just going to hold that for a few seconds, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. My last piece is, the reason my leaves in this one, if you have a look quite green, is because I got my Wink of Stella and I gave it a little bit extra splash so it's quite wet, and I coloured the leaves in. See how they're going green now inside? I coloured them all in with that, and then I just went crazy and I did all my flowers. Look at that. Just a bit of Wink of Stella all over it. But I love how it picked up the colour and moved it. Oh, that's going to be nice and sparkly, that one. And there. Alright guys, guess what? We are done. I hope you enjoyed that card. It is pretty, isn't it, Alita? So, where's my Wink of Stella lid? There it is. How many things you lose is amazing in what we do when we do a live, because you just think that you're not, oh, I cleaned that today, I told you I cleaned that today, and then off I go and there it's messy again. So, how's that? So it just sits flat and then it stands out like that. So it looks like that from there and it looks like that from there. Oh, I didn't do the envelope. I'll take those off. So with the envelope, I actually just did quite a very simple little thing. I just did a couple of where was I? Where are the butterflies? Honestly, they're not jumping out at me. You know what I forgot? You know what I reckon I did? I was meant to put that other lightweight plastic one down over top of the picture. So that, don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. You know the plastic, the second piece of plastic? You put that over here and then stick them on. Go figure. I think I've ruined that one. But so don't do what I did. I'll get them off now before they wreck. So I'm just looking, where's my butterfly stamp? I can't find it. Yeah, I did it. Please, when you put that, when you stamp that over and put it over, put that share piece of, here it is, put that share piece down there and then put them on. Okay? I did that totally wrong. I got half of it right. There's my butterfly. So I want the butterfly. I want, at least you still get to see what stamps you've got when you open the case. I'll try it on my next one. I have got a next one. I'm just getting all off. I know I'm wasting the time here. What a bad demonstrator I am. Oh. Ah. Oh, is Imogen there? Oh, hi, sweetie. Hi, darling. How are you? Oh, that's my beautiful granddaughter. How are you, my sweetheart? You like this card, baby? I don't know if it fit in. Anyway, let's get out this little flower. What did I do on the envelope? Did I do a couple of daisies? I did just butterflies and the purple. Okay, that butterflies. Where did I just put it? Oh, here. Yeah. Alright. Note to people, do not do what I do. Do that and then do it. So that's what my mistake was. I didn't seal the other side. I'll do it again next time so we get it right. How are you, darling? It looks very nice. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. You been at work today, bub? Imogen works in a nursing place and she works in a restaurant, so she's a very busy girl. Okay, so we're going to gorgeous grape and fresh Freesia and fix our... Oh, you have been working. Good girl. Okay, so with our fresh Freesia, I've just done very, very simple. And you know, I'm using the mat to make it. And then what I did was on the back, I did a couple of them as well. And then I did a few little butterflies. And one of my little butterflies is going to go right over that little mistake I made. I'll have another flittering around in here. And that's it. My card is done. You have been, yes, I said that. So, folks, I will see you next week. Immy, give me a call, sweetheart, when you when I cancel, when I go off, and we'll have a chat. And Alita, thanks for popping on, and everyone else that jumped on and had a look. I'm so happy to have you on my site, and I'll see you, for those who can, tomorrow, which is a different time in Holland or other countries. In Australia, I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I will see anyone there. I've got a very, very fast. I'm doing a one sheet wonder tomorrow, 4 cards at once, which I really love doing because I've got some over here that I did another time. I can't remember where. Alright guys, thanks for joining me, and so happy to be with you, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.